I have a very wonderful wife that doesn't let me make too many sacrifices. I didn't have this conversation with her, but I think, she'll be cool when I share this and put our business out there. While we were single and we were contemplating marriage and stuff, and I want to share this with the guys. Some of you may not know this, but it was disappointing to me because I like surprises. I like to give surprises to people. My wife doesn't like surprises. She likes to know things way ahead of time, okay? Even so, some of you guys may have thought about this, some of you may not, but the idea that a guy takes a lady to show her the ring or find out ring shopping wasn't appealing to me because you're already telling her you're going to marry her right there. Where's the surprise? What's the surprise? I mean, you're taking her to the ring. Of course, that means you're going to marry her. So what's the surprise there, And I remember, I think I had this conversation with my sister years ago, and she said, the surprise is not so much the ring, it's more like the period, the time. They don't know exactly when you're going to pop the question. That's really the surprise, when you pop the question. It's not so much the ring. Nevertheless, the wisdom, and some of you guys may already know this, of going with her to look for the ring is because you don't want to buy a ring she doesn't like. Some of you guys may know that, but I'm trying to help you now because I know a lot of you guys, some of you might like surprises and be like, yeah, I'm going to buy her a big rock and all that kind of stuff. And by the way, I don't mean this disrespectfully. And of course, I like to take statistics and what people say in the news with a pinch of salt. I don't like, put all my basket in that. I'll let the Spirit of God lead me. But nevertheless, it's been said that the bigger the rock, the higher the tendency of divorce. Just saying. I'm not, I'm just saying what was said. The bigger the rock, the higher the tendency. But nevertheless, nevertheless, the point is, obviously I had to take her to go look for a ring. And I remember having a conversation with her, and I could be wrong, my information might be wrong, but I think over the years, television, it seems like a lot of the figures, the average figure I heard about a ring was like $2,000. That was, from my understanding, based on what I heard and saw, it seemed like that was minimum, $2,000 for a ring. And I remember having a conversation with my wife, and I'm like, why a brother got to buy a ring for $2,000? I mean, what in the world? That's a lot of money, $2,000. And I remember she told me that, she said, at least $1,500. She said at least $1,500. Now for the guys, I was like, wow. But for the ladies, they're probably like, she actually went down. You know what I'm saying? She went, the ladies are like, man, she really went down. I'm trying to say she is low maintenance. But she said, about $1,500. I said, okay. So I had put $1,500 in my mind. So I saved, but I actually saved to like $2,000-ish, you know what I'm saying? So we went to the jewelry place, and we got there, and she saw a ring that she liked, okay? It was on discount. It wasn't close to $2,000. It wasn't close to $1,500. Not even close. She said that was the ring she wanted. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Nevertheless, I saw another ring that was more expensive than the one she wanted, and that ring still wasn't even close to $2,000. And she said no, she doesn't want that ring. She wanted the one she wanted. I was like, I'm telling you, I married someone who doesn't let me make a lot of sacrifices. Love is a sacrifice. It's funny right now, but I'm letting you know ahead of time, because once you get married, I hope you have the mindset that you want to get married for the long haul, not to scratch a momentary itch. Okay, if that's your mindset, I'm serious. You got to look at the person. What kind of sacrifices are you making for this person? I know some of them may be hot, or whatever hot it is for you, but sometimes hot stuff burns. So you want to make sure. You want to make sure. I know some people like volatile stuff, they like the drama because it spices up the relationship. Well, let it be unto you according to your faith. I'm just letting you know that love is a sacrifice.